So we got these 5 manufacturers: Airfix, Eduard, ICM, Italeri and Revell. And we're gonna have a look at all their new toolings from all these 5 manufacturers. I'm gonna list everything up. I'm gonna put up a chart with all the new kits and we can compare them. We can compare the numbers, the variety, different scales, different topics, different historical areas. So we're gonna have a look at the essence, like what is behind the hype, you know? When the smoke has cleared, what are the facts that remain? And even if you're very impatient now and you really want to have a look at all the new toolings and say, Chris, why don't you show us the new toolings now? Let me still remind you, do not forget, like the video, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment. Tell me which manufacturer is your number one of these 5. And of course, I know there are other manufacturers than these 5, but yeah, I mean, with these 5, we already have enough material to go through. All right, so let's go. Let's start here with Airfix. So first on the menu, we got the 172 scale Boeing Chinook. It's a helicopter, if you can even refer to this as a helicopter. Next, we have the beautiful consolidated B24H Liberator, also in 172 scale. Another beautiful new model kit is the Bristol Bulldog MK2 in 148 scale. Then they have a bunch of new toolings which come in starter sets. One is the Shannon class lifeboat in 172 scale. The second starter set is the North American P-51D Mustang, followed by a Messerschmitt Bf-109F4, and the third new starter set is Eurofighter Typhoon FGR4, and they all come in 172 scale. So, and now we come to Eduard, my new favorite manufacturer of model kits. And with Eduard, it's a bit more difficult because they don't release a catalog for the entire year. They do like monthly announcements, and yeah, you gotta keep your list together. So we're just trying to see what they have announced so far, what we can see right here. One is a Mustang P51B version in 172 scale. Date is to be announced, but now here is set to 2025. So maybe we have to wait a little bit longer for this one. Another one which was announced is the Albatross D3 in 172 scale. Also, there will be a P51, but a D version, P51 Mustang in 172 scale. Then we have a P50E Warhawk in 148 scale, which is announced for 2024, and a MiG-15 in 148 as well. But this one seems to be released in 2025 only. In October 2023, Eduard announced a U-87 Stuka in 148 scale, as well as the P51B/C Mustang in 148 scale. Now let's have a look at the new toolings of ICM, Ukrainian manufacturer. First we got the US landing mat in 148 scale. Then they got a very beautiful aircraft in 132 scale, the Henschel 123A1. The second very beautiful propeller aircraft is in 148 scale, is the B-26B Marauder. They also have some equipment and ornament stuff for dioramas, and the crazy cool looking Black Hawk in 148 scale. A very cool unusual thing is also the Feldküche in 148. Also in 138 scale there's a Flak 38. There's the US Field Staff with cooks. The second last one is in 135 scale, the Burma Jeep Mark I Model 1. Followed by the last of their new tooling for 2024, the Humvee M1097A2. Now let's have a look at the new model kits of Italeri for 2024. And on their catalog on the front page we already see some, or actually most of their flagships. Yeah, that's most of their flagships right here. So the first model kit we recognize of the first page is the Iveco Stralis S-Way in 124 scale. Then we got this very cool looking Lancia Stratos HF GR4 in 112 scale, so quite big. That looks awesome, really. The first aircraft is the F-35C Lightning II in 172 scale, which is followed by her bigger sister here, the F-35C Lightning II in 148 scale. In 132 scale, Italeri will offer the great looking Macchi C200. This looks like it's only with some of new molds, like some new parts, but the name is worth to read it, right? Semovente M43 da 105-25 Bassotto. And last but not least, in the rather special scale of 156, we got the M4A3E8 Sherman Fury. So now it's time for Revell, and those of you who maybe have seen my video about the Revell model kits of 2024, they already know what's coming, but we're just gonna go quickly through it as we did it with the other ones. Just have a look at the new moldings of Revell. So the first new molding in the catalog is the Stranger Things 1985 Chevrolet K5 Blazer in 125 scale. The first of the two new Star Wars kits is the speeder bike in 112 scale. Then here all on the right side is the N1 Starfighter in 124 scale. Revell also comes with the F-35, it's the F-35A version in 172 scale. The second jet they will offer is the F-15E Strike Eagle in 172 scale as well. In 132 scale we got the Gloucester Meteor F-3. In the category ships, we got the German submarine Type 9. It's the U-190 in 1/244 scale. Then we have the Corvette C8 Coupe in 125 scale. And in 124 scale, we got the Lamborghini Revuelto. And the one kit which I missed in my Revell review is this one here, the Ford Mustang Boss 351 in 125 scale. And that is the last new tooling of Revell for 2024. Here we go. These are the 5 manufacturers in no particular order. And what we see at first already is that Revell has the most kits of all. They got 10 all in all. Although ICM has also a lot of figures and stuff like small accessoires and stuff like that, I didn't mind to count each and every of the figures and everything. So scale variety is actually Italeri, because they don't even have one kit which is in the same scale as the other. They are all in different scales, and some invented scales to me, like 156, I don't know, and 112, okay, I don't know. Nobody else has those scales. Where do they get those scales from, man? Yeah, and we got to say here, Airfix, you know, falls down a bit because most of their kits are in 172 scale. Personally, I don't think that's a bad thing, but yeah. 172 scale, most of them. Then the most aircraft kits are from Airfix, right? Yeah, that's Airfix. Although of Eduard, we don't know yet what is about to come during the year, but as for now, it's Airfix. And on the other side, variety-wise, ICM and Revell, they have the biggest variety of there. I think Revell should win because they also have some science fiction topics. And it's actually the only, it's the only manufacturer which also has some Star Wars or just any other science fiction topics. Revell also has quite a few vehicles, as well as ICM, they also have quite a few, and Italeri as well. Yeah, Italeri as well. If we consider a tank also, I just consider a tank at the moment also as a vehicle, everything with wheels, you know, which is not flying. So Revell has 5 vehicles, ICM 2 and Italeri 3. Now when it comes to propeller aircraft, Airfix has a lot of propeller aircraft, ICM as well, and Eduard only actually, except that MiG. Revell has none, which I was disappointed, and I also have to say, yeah, that was why I was disappointed. Maybe I was a bit too hard on them, because they have the highest number of kits releasing in 2024. They have a very big variety, they have a lot of vehicles and jets. Now, when we go deeper into aircraft, variety of aircraft, we got helicopters. Airfix has the Chinook, ICM the Black Hawk, Eduard has none, Italeri none, and Revell also none. And then jet-wise, Airfix has 1 jet aircraft, Italeri has 2 F-35 in 2 scales, and Revell offers 3 jets. Or maybe 4, because the N1 Starfighter is also some kind of a jet aircraft, right? And the speeder bike, so they got 5. And I think when we talk about the prices, the most cheapest will probably be Airfix, because most of their kits are in 1/72nd scale, which are usually always a bit cheaper than kits in bigger scales. Eduard, on the other hand, will be probably the most expensive, but also I'm not sure about Revell. Some of their new releases of new toolings are quite costly. They come with more extras, but yeah, I mean, the price also rises, and you need to offer also some very, very cheap and easy accessible kits, not only provide the very expensive stuff for the pros, let's say. Maybe these are not the strongest manufacturers of armor kits, but yeah, I mean, the armor kit number is very low, very low. You can go with ICM, they offer something. Italeri at least has a tank, but not more. There is only one tank of 5 manufacturers. I don't know if that is some sort of a trend, but I also know that yeah, there are some manufacturers, they only produce tanks, as Eduard, I think only or almost only produces aircraft kits. And then almost forgotten in the category ships, Airfix has a beautiful Shannon class lifeboat, although I'm not sure in 1/72 scale, yeah, why not? And Revell has one submarine, at least one submarine, the Type 9 U-190. Beautiful stuff, I'm sure. That's it. Yeah. So there's nothing more left for me to say except leave a comment in the comment section and let me know which one of those 5 manufacturers is your favorite one. I already left a hint which one is my new favorite manufacturer of model kits. So thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Bye bye.